my name is Nyamka and today I'm doing my first video and it's going to be on minimalism. Someone in my Melbourne Minimalist meetup shared a link on Facebook of someone who did the tag on YouTube, and when I saw it I thought it was really interesting and I thought it might be fun to do my own. So here it goes. The first question says, what drew you to minimalism? I know for sure it was Leo Babada's vlog on minimalism, and it's called Zen Habits, if you haven't heard of it. And I stumbled across it when I was looking for productivity tips. At the time I was in university and I was really struggling to get inspiration, and I didn't have the drive to do my assignments and my reading, and I was really bored by it. And so I really wanted to implement some tips that could make me do my work faster and procrastinate less. And so the results on Google when I looked up productivity tips was Leo Babada's blog post on lots of productivity tips. Anyway, I started implementing them and they were really good and really effective. So I kept reading, and not only were there productivity tips on his blog, there were other things, and this other thing was called minimalism, and it just was completely different to what anything I've ever heard before. And it was really refreshing, and people wanted to have less and do more interesting things, do what mattered to them, and I was just like, whoa, we have that option to do what interested us. And so I just wanted to see if this was possible, so I just continued reading, and I just got pulled into this idea of minimalism, and I read everything that I could find. I think I read through all his blog posts, not in one night, but over like a week. So it was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. The next question is, how did you start the decluttering process? So from Zen Habits, one of the first tips was to, if you had a drawer that was full of stuff, and if you had a closet full of stuff, and you had a schedule full of stuff, and you were just, kind of losing it, instead of like trying to fix everything and turn everything around 180 degrees, just start from your start from a small area. And the area I chose was my a drawer on my desk, and I did it. I took everything out and I put back only what I used and only what was useful to me, and everything else that I was keeping for, I don't know, for some strange reason, for later, or someone gave it to me, I just got rid of that. Some of them I threw away, some of them I donated, and then I moved on to like my closet, and then I started thinking about how I wanted to live my life, and everything else has changed because just starting with my drawer and my table. Third question says, have you ever counted all your things? And if so, how many things do you own? I haven't counted all my things, but I have counted my clothes season by season, and I do this project called Project 333, and every season you have 33 items of clothing. And so I probably should count all my clothes and get back to you on that, but it's really refreshing to have 33 items and no more, and wear that for 3 months. It makes dressing up and getting ready to go out and start your day much easier when you know what you already have, and you're not standing there and thinking, what am I gonna wear today? It's like, this is what I have and this is what I'm gonna wear today. So I probably will count my stuff later on, but not at the moment. Fourth question: What are your tips for dealing with the desire for more? I've been practicing this idea of minimalism and choosing only what adds value to my life and not having things that doesn't add value. So I don't have a lot of desire for more things, especially if it doesn't add value to my life. I probably have more desire to do more things, but I have to keep telling myself like I only have limited time, so I have to prioritize my time and do what's important to me. That is definitely a struggle. So I try to prioritize my to-do list to the 3 most important things of that day, and only if I get those 3 things done, I'll move on to the other list, and that's very helpful. I'm nowhere like really good at that system, but it's much better than what I tried to do before, which was just not have a list and then just be like a headless chicken, not doing anything important, just doing the urgent stuff. So yeah, besides trying to like do everything and do a lot of things, I don't have like a lot of desire for more things, if that makes sense. Okay. How do you deal with non-minimalists in your life? Okay, that's a great question. Well, I was not dealing very well with it at the start because other people weren't so interested in it, and while they supported me and my decision to have less things, they weren't, on board with it themselves. So, for example, my mom tried to like get me clothes, or whenever she's coming back to visit me, she's always asking like, what do you need? What can I bring for you? And I do struggle with saying no, but over time, with practice, I've said no, and sometimes even when I say no, people do still give me things. So I used to feel really bad about decluttering the gifts, but it's not so bad now because if I can just give it to someone else or donate it. If it's not adding value to my life, and if someone has given me a gift to enjoy, and if I'm not enjoying it, I don't feel so badly when I give it away if it's not giving something to me. And I thank them. I don't say like, oh, I'm a minimalist, why are you giving me things? I just say thank you, and then thank them for thinking of me, and I just deal with it afterwards. So that's how I deal with non-minimalists. Also, I noticed that if I just do my thing and declutter and not have things coming in all the time and spend my money on things that doesn't really add value, people seem to just take notice without me telling them that I'm a minimalist and why I'm doing this. They just seem to go along with it, and they kind of start picking up on those habits too. So I find that just doing your own thing and being gracious about it is the best way. Do you have any guilty pleasures where minimalism doesn't apply? Guilty. Let's think. Okay, I do have an issue with going to bed early. I know I feel much better when I sleep early and wake up early, but this is one thing that I really struggle with. So I just like to stay up and read a lot or do stuff, and I'll just get myself riled about this idea or this topic, and I'll probably go to bed around like 12 or sometimes 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. But it's getting much better. I've set myself a limit, and I have alarms that remind me to go to bed earlier. So I'm working on it, and I guess it's not really a pleasure not sleeping early. It's just I really like learning things. Okay, I guess that wraps up the minimalist tag, and I'd like to tag Xandra from Fashionably Light. She has a really nice blog about minimalism and simplicity, and I'd like to tag her. And thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you another time.